Hey, welcome to the Backwoods Gourmet. It's middle of summer here in the backwoods of Florida. We got all kinds of stuff ready in the garden. So today, I'm going to make you a beautiful chicken and eggplant dish using just our cast iron. So stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff in the garden coming on. One of them right now is eggplants, okra. They seem to be thriving right now. I'll drop you a few little clips right here showing you our egg. We have one eggplant plant, okay, and we're growing that organically using the chicken litter from our chickens here at our little Backwoods Gourmet micro farm. That is going off the chain. All right, I've got more eggplants than could possibly use, giving them away, but today I'm going to make good use of this. I come across this recipe for Turkish eggplant, and I figured out how. I'm going to jazz it up a little bit. A, we're going to add some chicken to it, and B, we're going to do our own twist with some of the seasonings and herbs and spices on it, and we're going to do it in the Dutch oven. First thing I'm going to do to prepare, because you need to do this a bit ahead of time, and you're going to need a couple things. Obviously, you're going to need your eggplants. You're going to need a pan. You're going to need some paper towels and some good old salt. Doesn't matter what kind. I've got coarse kosher sea salt. So first thing we're going to do is go ahead and just peel these eggplants, which you don't have to. If you want to leave the skin on, you can. I prefer, because the skin's kind of tough when it's cooked, I prefer to go ahead and peel them. And I'll show you how. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is just go ahead and take that top off of her and take the bottom off of her. Cut her nice and flat. All right, now it sits nice and flat on my cutting board. I'm just gonna take my beautiful DALSTRONG knife, just follow right around it. Now you can use a peeler, you can do it however you're most comfortable with. I find that this is just convenient. Taking that outside skin off, just following it around. If you'd like to check out some of the DALSTRONG knives and their whole collection, which is growing, seems like every day, I'll leave you a link right down in the description box with a nice discount code to save some money if you'd like to try these out. Alright, now that we got our peeled, let's bring in our pan. First thing I'm going to do in the pan is I'm going to sprinkle a layer of this salt right on the pan. Right on the paper towel. Now we're going to slice this guy about 1/4 of an inch thick. Try to maintain that if you can and make them cook evenly. And then you're going to lay those out right on your salted paper towel. And what we're doing is doing a little cure on these guys. And if you guys have ever tried eggplant before and you didn't like it, it was probably because whoever prepared it did not go through this particular step. This takes any of that bitter flavor that you might not have liked about eggplant right out of it. Okay, so we're going to continue. I'm going to finish this layer up with the other eggplant, and then I'll show you the next step. So now that we got our pan covered, we might could squeeze a couple more pieces in there. I don't know. Might have to cut them a little bit, which is not going to matter because this is all getting. It's all going to get scrunched into. Yeah, we got a full pan. That's about what we're going to need for our dish today. Now we'll sprinkle the tops of these with more salt. That's all that's required at this point. Another paper towel on top. All right. Press that down, and then grab any old skillet. If you want, you can put another pan on top, or you can just lay a skillet on it like that. Move it around every once in a while. Just want to press down on it. We'll let them hang out for about 30 minutes. No refrigeration necessary, by the way. The other preparation I made is I have some chicken cutlets here. These are like 3/8 thick slices of boneless, skinless chicken breast. Now put them in a marinade. And that marinade's made with fresh ginger, thyme, a little salt and pepper, some balsamic vinaigrette, and olive oil. And I've been hanging out in the refrigerator in a Ziploc bag, zipper bag, in a bowl, about 30 to 45 minutes ahead of when you're getting ready to cook it. So those are the things you need to do in advance to make this dish come out just perfect. So after about 30 to 40 minutes, this is what your eggplants look like. You can see that they've shrunk a little bit. They shrunk a little bit, the seeds got a little bit darker. Okay. So these are going to be ready to take inside and give them a good cold water rinse and try to get some of that salt back out of them. Took them in, rinsed them out in the sink. Now we're going to go ahead and give them a little seasoning, just salt, pepper, and garlic here this time. And then we're going to drizzle them with olive oil. And we'll toss them around on the pan a little bit and make sure all the sides are coated. And we're getting these things ready to be grilled up on Sportsman's grill. Looks like our grill is coming up to temp. Go ahead and wipe it one more time with some olive oil. Alright, and then we're going to start putting on our eggplant. Here we're just flavoring these guys, okay? So we're looking for getting a nice grill marks on them, a little bit of char. You hear that Sportsman's grill working. Finished up. Let's give the grill another quick dousing with olive oil. It helps clean the grates, lubricate the grates. So next thing we got going on in there is that marinated chicken. And we're not taking much of the marinade off of it either. We're going to bring it right out of the bag, let it drip off just a little bit. And these are thin. They're going to just take a couple seconds. So these are cutlets. I've been marinating about an hour. Alright. Here we're not looking to cook them all the way. We're just looking to get some good grill marks and char on them and kind of set in that marinade. Alright, just a couple minutes per side. And work them up off of there. About had a disaster. Give them a flip. Beautiful grill marks. You see how that ginger and balsamic is giving a beautiful color. Alright guys, we got all that ready to go. You could do that way ahead of time now. We're going to get ready to make our sauce. First thing we have here is these are halved grape tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. We have tons of these things. I have more of them than we know what to do with, okay? That's about a quart of those guys. A red bell pepper. Use your favorite, red, green, yellow, whatever it is you want. Have some grated fresh ginger. This is about a cup and a half of chopped green onion, the white parts mostly. I have tons of those I'm trying to find a use for. out here because they're going to be going away. There's some garlic, about 2 tablespoons, 2 slices of bacon, some mozzarella cheese, some olive oil, just generic, a little seasoning, salt, pepper, and some parsley. So what we're going to do right now is prep this sauce and get it ready to go on this beautiful old Griswold. I'm celebrating this Griswold's 100th birthday with this dish today. This pan was made in the 1920s, mid 1920s. Here we are, 2023. So I'm saying, because these particular big box logos were made between 1921 and 1924, I'm calling her 100, and we're going to celebrate her birthday today by making this beautiful chicken and eggplant dish. Let's get started. Also, over on the Sportsman's grill, I have restoked the center of the grill with some fresh Kingsford charcoal, and we're going to turn this bad boy into a stove to cook off that sauce. So as with most cast iron dishes, first thing going in is our diced bacon, just 2 slices. That's just going to help season our pan. We'll go ahead and bring them in there as this pan's coming up to heat. And you can see the Sportsman's grill does work as a stove. It's a little wobbly because of those little edges on it, but that's okay. We can deal with that. You go ahead and let that start rendering off. We'll add our other ingredients. Bacon's starting to render. Go in with all of our onions. I'm also going to go in with a small amount of bacon. Go in with a couple tablespoons of olive oil. Spread them out. Just let them start sweating down. Our onions are starting to soften up, and we'll go ahead and put in our bell pepper. Give them a little toss in there. Them start getting going. See how that really perks up the color. Alright, and the goal here is not to brown any of these, it's just to soften them. Just as those onions are getting translucent, going in with all of my tomatoes, and those are going to start cooking down some moisture. So at this point it's fine to put in our garlic. Get all of it in there, and I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of fresh ginger. And we'll check that for flavor later. And just kind of start stirring that all together. Get it all nice and coated with the olive oil. Right now, puts on a perfect medium-low heat. Again, we don't want to brown any of these things. We're just kind of sauteing them down. That's going along good. What I'm going to do right now is take over my 12-inch Dutch oven lid, just set it on top. About 3-4 minutes. And putting that lid on there has really expedited the cooking down of the tomatoes. So this time we're going to go ahead and put a good handful of our chopped parsley in. Just adding another layer of flavor. And we got garlic, ginger, parsley, onions, bacon, tomatoes, garlic. So you can see when I stir it now, I can see the bottom of the pan. It's kind of what we want. This dish is not going to be real saucy. It's going to be pretty dry. Right now, I'm just going to take it off the fire and let it rest. Alright, so it's time to put this dish together in the Dutch oven. We got some more coals going over there. For that, a couple tablespoons olive oil right in the bottom of the pot. Take my first piece of eggplant, just drag it around and spread out that olive oil. So we're going to put in kind of a layer of eggplant right in the bottom. I'm using the 10-inch today, but if you want to make a bigger batch of this, go ahead and use your 12. We got that. And there we're going to put a little bit of our sauce, which is not much of a sauce now. It's pretty much like sauteed tomatoes. I'm going to put some of them on top. And it's going to be layered, so go and keep that in mind about how much you put in. Layer it out. Gonna come in with chicken. Those turned out beautiful. Put 2 of those down. Alright. Some more eggplant. Just grilled beautifully. Get that nice layer in this time. Spread out good. Some more of our sauce. A little more this time. Give that a squish out. Last 2 grilled chickens. We'll put them in a different direction than we did the other ones, so we'll fill in the gaps. Alright, grilled chickens. Again, more sauce. Put the balance of what we have. I'll spread that out. Alright, so we still got cheese to put in here. And everything that we put in there so far is already cooked. So this cook time is not going to be long. So I'm going to go ahead and put the cheese in now. So that everything in there is fully, completely done. And I'm going to put the mozzarella, shredded mozzarella, good layer of that right over the top. Generous, guys. It's pretty good. Alright. Let's get our lid on. We're going to go for 400. So top completely covered. About 7 on the bottom. nice. Let's go in, take a quick peek at her. Well, looks about perfect to me. Go ahead and pull her off the fire. So today we used the Lodge Sportsman's Pro Grill. That's their new series grill, okay, that replaced the old Lodge Sportsman's Grill. They don't make that one anymore. You probably still find it around used, whatever. But the new improved version, I say it's improved because it has less moving parts, less things you can lose, whatever, and it seems to work just as well. So if you like to check out the Lodge Sportsman's Pro Grill, please check out the link to our Amazon store right below. We're going to put that up there and list it for you. And we have everything there that we use here on a regular basis on the Backwoods Gourmet channel and products that we recommend. So if you click that link, we appreciate it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and serve this up for you guys. I hope you brought your plate. It is beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead because we got the chicken in there. Gonna need to cut it. I'm gonna cut us a nice size piece. I'm going to take some time making sure I get it cut all the way through because I don't want to pull the whole thing out of there. Alright. Making the decision where I'm using a spoon, spatula. We're going to use a spoon. Bring that nice, beautiful piece right on out of the Dutch oven, just like that. And we got a little bit of extra. Just like that. Now just a little garnish, a little parsley over the plate.
Alright, I'm going to try this Backwoods Gourmet dish and I'm going to tell you how it tastes. Really good. I can taste the peppers in it.
Y'all know she don't really like peppers, but she's eating it.
Yes, I am. Because you're starving me again. That's good. I'm ready to eat. Are you?
So dinner was great. If you like what you're seeing, please smash that like button right down there for another great Backwoods Gourmet video. It's going to be right there. You can subscribe right over there. And for a whole playlist of cast iron and Dutch oven cooking, it's going to be right there. We'll see you next time.